got away from them. Oh my. Oh, I hope I can be safe here for a while. Oh, I'm scared to death. Oh, I didn't want to get married today. They arranged for me. Can you imagine? I'm only 15 years old, and they were trying to marry me off to a guy who's 18, like 50. Oh my. You know, it wasn't bad enough when my own mother or grandmother held me down and they cut me. And then they put this thing on me around my neck. It advertises, oh, I am a virgin. I've been circumcised. And now I'm advertising that I'm ready to be married. I don't want to live like this. How do I get out of here? This isn't right. Oh. They're going to find me eventually. How am I going to get out of here? I have no hope. Oh, please. Oh, I need somebody to rescue me. I have no hope. My life is just... I met that girl in Kenya on the savannah. I too was at a point in my life where I thought my life was nothing but ashes, that I had no hope. I have a lot of similarities in my life to this girl, but I grew up in the country, one of 7 daughters in a very poor family, and I became a pregnant teenager. I got married when I was 17, so I was a child bride. I had my 3rd child by the time I was 21. There were a lot of points in my life where I didn't have a lot of hope. All I had was determination to keep on going. And my husband and I were determined that we weren't going to be a statistic. And you know, when I was 23, Bill and I started Permacrete, which very quickly became a successful waterproofing and foundation repair company. And we began developing our own line of products. And we began franchising our business and opening offices all across Canada, United States, and even into England. Bill and I had traveled to 34 countries. We raised 3 kids, and I now have 11 grandchildren. Bill and I were gearing up, transitioning our business over to our oldest son. But one day, 3 letters changed my life forever and his for sure. He was diagnosed with ALS. And within a very short time, Bill became completely paralyzed, and he was on life support for 17 months. And it became my sole responsibility to keep all those machines running and working and clean and to keep him alive. And it's a very, very hopeless position to be in. For 24 hours a day, to constantly be on guard for what can happen next, what can go wrong. During those deepest, darkest days of my life, I never thought what life would be like without him. I couldn't let myself go past that point. But 7 years ago, Bill passed away. And on that day, I thought my entire future died with him. Because, see, we grew up together. We raised a family together. We built a business together. I never lived alone together. I never even slept in a bed alone together. Remember, I had 7 sisters, or 6 sisters. But people would look at me and they'd say, well, Coleen, you know, you're a very successful woman. You know, you have a beautiful home. You have a great company. You have good kids. Everybody else is healthy. You know, you got the world by the tail. But I was so empty inside. I was so scared because I really didn't know what the future held for me, and I didn't even want to know, to be quite honest. There were many days that I couldn't even swallow. My sister literally put food in my mouth and told me to chew. But after about 2 years, I heard of this team that was going to Africa. And Bill and I had traveled to 34 countries doing development work, and we were gearing up to retire and continue on doing that kind of work. And something sparked me to join this team. And oddly enough, I was the only woman with 9 men who fundraised and bought 3 Land Rovers. We had them shipped into Mombasa, Kenya, on the Indian Ocean. We flew in there and picked them up, and we drove them 6,000 kilometers through 5 countries. And we donated 1 Land Rover to missionaries in Zambia, and the last 2 we donated to those in Democratic Republic of Congo. But it was on that journey where I found the real Coleen. And I found the remnants of that little girl who was in here, who was running, who felt trapped, who was afraid. And every day we will go into places where I've seen a lot of horrible things, but yet I've seen the majesty of Africa, the beautiful landscape and the animals, and just the genuinely wonderful people. And every time I would see things that would just break my heart, there were times I just wanted to go home. I couldn't take another minute of it, another day of it. And I was always asking, why? Why am I here? Why am I here? What can I do about this? I'm one woman. But because I was the only woman, I gravitated to all the women. All the guys were doing guy things, but you know what girls do, we'd talk and we're looking at shoes and they're trying on my fake fingernails and my eyelashes, and they're even looking at my teeth. But I'll never forget one day when we were in a village, and I was just sitting there among the women, and nobody was really talking about all the things that was pressing in their life. And I had really no idea before I went there what female circumcision was all about. I had no idea some of these traditions and mindsets that people get stuck in. And as they began telling me, I related them to things in my life, how often we get stuck in traditions just because nobody ever questions it. You know what I mean? I think of my parents. They both smoked 2 packs of cigarettes a day and thought it was cool. And my mother died of COPD and my father of a heart attack. It was a tradition. Nobody questioned it until it was too late. But I think of these girls that I met, and I'm sitting there as like, why? Why does this happen? It's 2012. And then as I'm talking to the workers that are there every day helping these people, and they're going in and they're rescuing these girls that don't want to get married. They're rescuing these girls out of situations that would just really make you sick. But my why changed to what if. And I began to see, as they're telling me all the things that they do, is they take these girls and they teach them all these beautiful beadwork that they do. They teach them how to become entrepreneurs and to market and to sell all their goods. That's like, oh, that's a great idea. And then the why to what if turned into why not? And it was in the savannah in Kenya when I really began to see the beauty coming out of the ashes of my life, because I could see the ashes of the lives of those girls, and I could see the potential for them as I related my situation to theirs, although we're miles apart and it's not even in the same comparison scale. One of the things that I realized is that hope comes out of the ashes of our shattered dreams. And there is beauty in those ashes. You've just got to be willing to step out and go into the places and go to the places where nobody else will go. That's where the beauty will grow. Thank you.